Russian chess Grandmaster Alexandra Kosteniuk. Today I'd like to show you a game from IMSA Cup in Perm. I was playing with white against Grandmaster Balashov, who used to be a trainer of Anatoly Karpov in the Karpov matches, World Championship matches. So we start the game. I start with e4, c5, the Sicilian defense, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, bishop g5, which is the rouser system, e6, queen d2, a6, castle, bishop d7, and very calm move, f3. The most concrete here is f4, but f3 is a possibility. Bishop e7, king b1. This system is not so concrete as the system with f4 move. Balashov just played f5. I took on c6, bishop takes c6. So in this system you can choose different lines. I've played it as black as well in my life. I played h4 here, and in order to stop my pawns, Balashov first played h6, asking me to decide what to do with the bishop. Sometimes white takes on f6, but in this position it's better to play bishop e3, and here he played h5 in order to stop my g pawn from further movement. So here I chose a very interesting plan. Normally white played here knight e2. I decided to play queen f2 with the idea to create some threats on the king side by playing queen g3. It's original. It's a nice idea to try in a blitz game. Balashov played queen c7. I continue my plan with queen g3. And here he played rook c8 with the idea after queen g7 to play rook h7, then b4. So I defended the pawn on c2 by playing bishop d3, and here he protected the pawn on g7 by playing g6. Bishop g5. After g6 he weakened his black colored squares, and that's why I immediately tried to use this by playing bishop g5. So he played bishop b7. Now we can see that I play on the king side, he plays on the queen side, and since his king is still in the center, I'm trying to play in the center as well, and we can see that I moved my rook from h1 to e1, creating some kind of x-ray on his king. So b4, knight e2, e5 in order to prevent my knight to going on to d4. Here I played knight c1 with the idea to play f4 in the future, because I couldn't play it right now since the pawn on e4 was hanging. He played a5, continuing his attacking plan on the queen side, f4. So you can see that we both we both have plans, and we trying to use these plans to create some threats using these plans ideas. So he played knight g4, trying to protect the pawn on e5, bishop b5 check, It was not the only move, of course. Bishop c6. And here I tried to invite my partner to some combination variations, some tactical variations. Of course I needed some time to calculate them. I played bishop e7, and here we can see that he has two moves. He can take on e7 with the king, and he can take on b5 with the bishop, and he's calculating them. Well, king e7 is the right decision. Bishop takes c6, queen takes c6, rook d2, protecting the pawn on c2, and at the same time I want to play rook e to d1, threatening to take the pawn on d6. He played a4. His further idea would be to play a3. That's why I played knight d3, attacking the pawn on e5 and b4. Queen b5, protecting both pawns. And now I took on e5. He also took on e5 with the pawn, improving his pawn structure. And it's an interesting moment. I made move knight f2. Of course I want to exchange his knight, and he took it almost immediately, but actually had a very strong move, rook c3, which it's just almost impossible to find in a Blitz game, but it was the strongest move and he could have won the game. But he took on f2, luckily for me, and I made a very nice intermediate move, rook d5, and he was so surprised that he couldn't find the best move here, which was queen b6, which after very difficult complications leads to a perpetual check. Instead he made a blunder by playing queen b8, and after queen f2 you can see that he has a headache with the pawn on f7, since after rook h d8 I play rook f1, another very nice intermediate move, threatening to take on f7, and here he has to protect it by playing f5, since after rook f8 I could have played queen f6 check and then take on e5. But after f5 his pawns are destroyed, his king is in the center, and I have three major pieces which of course will use the fact that his king is very weak. So I took on d8, he took on d8, I took on f5 with the pawn. You can see that we both have about 1.5 minutes to finish the game. Queen d6, here I have to be careful since he's threatening to give me checkmate by playing queen d1, check, and then rook d1, checkmate, so that's why I played queen e2. G takes f5, I took on h5, and my position here is won, but it's very nice the way I finished the game here. Because first I played rook d1, taking the d file, which is very important to take an open file in a chess game. Queen c5. And I have an extra pawn, I have a better position. After queen g5, he played rook f6, and here h5. I just push this pawn, this extra pawn, towards the last rank in order to promote it into a new queen. a3, h6, king e6, and he has no defense from this simple but strong plan. h7, queen f8, and the final move queen g8 check. Balashov resigned. I won the game. Bye bye.